we will be experiencing the premiere workshop, not quite performance, of Julian Klein's Hit Match. On my right we have Tsang, and on my left Noam Bierstone, and they will be competing for the title of Best at These Games. In these games, they will be activating a variety of percussion instruments placed on the tables before them. All of these instruments have a specific relationship to a region of vibrotactile motors which they are wearing on their bodysuit scores. When they activate the percussion instruments, this may engage or disengage regions of vibrotactile motors, and at the end of the game, the number of vibrotactile motors which remain engaged will be used to calculate their score. The first game we will be playing tonight is called Extinguisher. In this game, all of the motors will initially be engaged, and by activating the objects on the table, they will disengage the motors on their own suit. The game is a race to see who can disengage all of their motors fastest, and thereby be proclaimed the victor of that game. We're going to start off with a warm-up round just to make sure all of the technology is in place and functioning, and also to give you kind folk a chance to try to wrap your head around exactly how this is going to work. Just a hint for you, on the farthest edges of the table, the objects will relate to the performer's arms. On the rows, or columns, just on the inside, the objects will relate to their legs, and finally the two innermost columns will relate to their vests. So here we go. I begin the game, and all of their motors engage. And let's just have a quick warm-up round. Go as slow as you want to, or as fast, and just make sure that everything is working. Go! That round with a score of 0 to 7, and if it were a real round I would increment his score, but that was just a warm-up. So now that we've broken the tile, we're ready to get the show on the road. Lovely sound. So here will be our first real match our first real game. For the first real game point, we'll be playing a set of matches, and the first to score 4 points will take the set and earn a match point. Are you ready? On your marks, get set, go! And they are neck and neck, folk. Just pulling ahead. Noam is fast behind, Jess has got a firm lead. Oh, they're neck and neck, and Noam takes the point. Well done, Noam. Well done. Oh, excuse me, match? Is that right? No, that's wrong. I wanted this one. That's more like it. 1 set point. First to 4 set points takes the match. That's how it works. Okay, are you ready for our next game? On your marks, get set, go! Hold. Oh, we're having a mild technical malfunction here. The motors on Noam's suit were still vibrating in a rising pattern. That's my fault. Let's see that again. Are you ready? Get set, go! Goes to Noam, if I'm not mistaken. Noam, well done. All right, the set score is 2-0. Noam has got a firm lead here. Jess's tiles are breaking all over the place as she tries desperately to sweep the victory out from Noam's feet. Now, these have been very close games, folks, so it could go either way still. Noam needs 2 points to take the match. Are you ready? Get set. Go. Noam has a very patient strategy. He will wait to see that the vibrators have stopped before he moves on. And that may be what's giving him the advantage. There's another round for Noam. Now, folk, we're going to switch sides of the table now, just to rule out the possibility that Noam may have an unfair advantage. In fact, we should have done it in the last round, but I forgot. Some referee, sorry. So yeah, go ahead and switch sides of the table. The scores on the scoreboard are going to stay in the same place, even though our players are now no longer in the same place. You might say that they're in different places. So we'll just have to keep track. Are you ready? Get set, and go. Jess is pulling ahead here firmly. Looks like the table may have something to do with it. And Noam just knocked that bowl right off the table. Both players struggling here to get the last few regions. And Jess takes the match. Well done, Jess. Bear with us for a moment while we reset the bowl. That's right. Okay, now let's see if Noam can pull ahead despite the table disadvantage. He only needs to win one round in order to take the match. On your marks, get set. And go. Neck and neck, folk. Jess has just one left. And she takes the match. All right, we could be looking at an upset turnaround here, folk. The bowl has been turned around. Hopefully that'll keep it from falling off the table again. All right, ready, set, go. Noam may just catch up. 2-1, 2-1, 1-1, and Jess takes the match. All right, folks, the score is 3-3. The player to win the next round will take the match. This could really go either way. Now, both players have had 3 turns on the table, which clearly seems to be working better. So I propose a quick round of rock, paper, scissors to determine who will get to keep it. No, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. 3? Yeah. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
No.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
And Jess wins paper beats rock, and so she keeps the table on my left. Now, in that last round, Noam almost caught up, so he does still have a chance here.
Is it over there? Yes. Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Get set. Turn off the vibrating patterns, and go. Just knocked a symbol off the table. She's got firmly. Oh, but Noam is standing up. Noam is pulling slightly ahead. Noam's taking a more tremolo approach. Jess has got one to go. 1 to 1. Oh, and Jess takes it. Woo! Both players have realized that the red piece of wood is causing the most problems. This may have to do with the fact that the system is looking for the red head of the mallet and is thereby possibly being confused by the red block of wood. But who can say? Certainly not me. I didn't design the system, except that I did. So perhaps I should be able to say, but that's a discussion for another day. So it looks like Jess won the match. And next we'll be moving on to a new set of rules, very similar to the set of rules which we just experienced. And as we move into this, I'll have you to switch back sides. The next game is called Switch It Off. In this game, all motors will initially start disengaged. When either player activates a region on the table, it will activate the corresponding region on their opponent's bodysuit score. At the same time, if a region is activated on your own bodysuit score and you hit the corresponding region on the table, it will also deactivate your bodysuit score. So this is truly a game of speed, and the games will each consist of only 15 seconds. So in this game, there are a variety of strategies which one can imagine, but it all comes down to who's the fastest and who is paying closest attention to their bodysuit score. So when the players are ready, I will begin the game. On your marks. Wait for me to figure out how this program is written. Get set. Go. Oh, we had a false start there, excuse me. False start, okay. Ready, set, go. Now, Noam is taking a barrage attack strategy and is simply trying to activate as many motors on Jess as soon as possible. And that's time. Noam takes the match with 12 motors engaged on Jess's score. Alright, I just made a mild modification to the software, which will hopefully keep things good and fair here. When you players are ready, we'll begin the second round. On your marks, get set, go. Noam firmly in the lead. And that's time. Noam wins the round with a score of 15-3. Well done, Noam. I'm sure the table didn't have anything to do with it. All right, folks, let's switch sides. It's an underdog story. Everybody likes a good upset, no? Okay. All right, this is round 3 of Switch It Off, and we've just switched sides of the table. Hopefully it won't make any difference because the tables are impassive third parties which don't have any stake in the game. Are you ready? Get set, and go. And just pulling ahead real quick here, with Noam just short behind. 5 seconds remaining, and it could go either way, but it looks like Jess is going to keep the match. And that's time. Jess wins with a score of 9-6, much tighter than the last round. Clearly these folks are playing their hearts out. And let's move on to the 4th round. On your marks, get set, go. Time, and Noam wins the match. Wow. A score of 6-7. That is very close, folks. Very close indeed. All right. That was the 4th match, so let's switch sides of the table. Every 2 matches is how I'm doing it. I don't know if that is fair, but that's the way I'm going to do it. All right. Noam has to score the point to win the match. Jess has got a slight bit of way to go in order to catch up. But as Noam has just demonstrated, it is possible to win with the table on my right. So it could go either way. Are you ready? Get set, go. Anybody's game. And that's time. Noam takes the match with a score of 4-12. And yes, indeed, Jess does resemble a Merry Christmas tree. All right, that's the match in Noam's favor. Good job, Noam. Well done. We're going to move on to our 3rd and final game of the event. This game, known as Toggles. In this game, half of the motors on each player's suit will be engaged, beginning with the beginning of the game. And whenever a region on the table is activated, it will toggle the activation of the motor from or to your own suit. Which is to say, if Noam activates a region on the table where the corresponding region on the suit is already active, it will disengage the active region on his suit and engage the suit region on Jess's. Or if Noam is to activate a region on the table which corresponds to a region on the suit which is not engaged, then it will turn on and it will turn off on Jess's suit. The objective of the game is to have as few motors active on your suit and as many on your opponent's as possible. So the natural strategy is to strike regions on the table corresponding to places on the suit which are currently active, and avoid striking regions which are not, thus toggling them from your suit to your opponent's. But there is one catch. In the event that every single region is activated on your suit, you will immediately win the game.
Well, if you engage the last.
No, if either player engages the last one. So if all 20 regions on your suit are active, then you win, even though you've got all 20 in the other person's. Right, so you've got to be strategic and try not to accidentally do that, or try to intentionally do that if you feel like you're clearly behind. Such as if you're using the table on my right. And we will begin in 3, 2, 1, go! And our players have 15 seconds to sort this out. And that's time. And Noam wins with a score of 5-16, a firm lead. On your marks, get set, go. Now. And Noam's got a firm lead, but not quite firm enough for just to take an upset to the blow up. And that's time. Noam wins with a score of 9-12. And that's 2 rounds, so we'll switch sides of the table, folk. On your marks, get set, go. And Jess has got a firm lead, but could slip out from under her at any moment. Neck and neck, and that's time. And Jess wins by a thin margin of 12-9. And the score is 1-2. Still anybody's set. On your marks, get set, and go. And it looks like we have a 20-1 scenario here. Now, I wasn't paying very close attention, but I do believe that Noam took the point by having his entire suit lit up.
Oh.
That's right. Nobody was expecting that. All right. Time to switch sides of the table. Now, if Noam takes this next game, then he will win the set, and thereby the events of the evening. Jess is going to have to play strategically, quickly, and well, if she wants to have any hope of taking the evening. On your marks, get set, go. And they're neck and neck. This is anybody's game. And Jess takes the match with a score of 11-10. And we'll move straight into the next round. On your marks, get set. Jess, get set. Yeah. You seemed a little flat-footed there. On your marks, get set, go. Seems to have a slight lead. Oh, but it's anybody's game. 9-10, 10-11. And that's time. Noam wins the match.
Switch the table!
And that makes Noam the victor of the evening's event. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries, and people of all gender identities and sexual orientations, races, ethnicities, etc., etc.